Well, good morning or good afternoon or good evening, depending on where you are. Good day, everyone. Every now and then I feel inspired to sit down and make this kind of a video where I have a little chat with you all. Something probably prompts it, and in this case, there are several things that prompted it. So I thought we'd sit down and have a little chat so that I could set some things straight. There are several topics that I want to cover in this video, and they do not all relate to one another, but they are some things that I wanted to add some clarification to. The question that actually inspired the making of this video, I don't believe came from a place of malice. In fact, I know it didn't, because I did respond to the individual answering the question, and they were genuinely appreciative to now know how this works, because they did not actually know how it works prior to that. And that made me think that there may be a lot of people out there that don't know how this works. And what I'm referring to is YouTube. They specifically asked who pays for this lifestyle, who pays for at least myself to be out here traveling, and other individuals who are like-minded and like me, who funds our travels and this lifestyle. They suggested that we probably come from money, and that's how we're able to do this and live free and easy, just live off the dole of maybe a trust fund or something like that. That is not the case, at least for me. The answer to who pays for my lifestyle is me. I pay for it. I think that people may not realize that what I'm doing out here, creating this content, is a job. My title is content creator. I think there is a wide spectrum of the audience that does not realize that what I'm doing out here is my business and it is a job. How it essentially works in a nutshell is YouTube is a platform. Think of it as like a network television, like your big networks that you have out there. They pay us to upload our content onto their platform. And how that's done is we are paid by the advertisers that run ads in our videos. I usually just run them at the beginning or at the end. I usually do not run them throughout the video. Some people choose to run them, periodically throughout their videos, but that is how we're paid. We're paid through the advertisers. YouTube, which is Google, they take a portion of those ad revenues, and then we receive a portion as content creators. Now, not everybody that uploads videos onto YouTube monetizes their videos, and that's how we are paid, through the advertisers. Some people just do it for fun, do it for family, and maybe there are those people out there that have unlimited funds and they are just out there living life free and easy. That's definitely not the case for me, and I know that many of the other people that have channels and are doing similar lifestyles to me are doing exactly what I am doing. I definitely don't come from money. I've worked all of my life. We struggled after my parents divorced when I was 9 years old, and my mom was raising 6 kids on her own with very little child support. I got a job when I was 16 years old, and I actually did help contribute to the family at that time, and I have worked ever since. I didn't go to college. For one, my family couldn't afford it, and another, I just had to get to work to support myself. I have a very strong work ethic, and I've stayed with employers for many years before switching over to other employers. And to take this leap of faith to do something very unconventional and start my own business here on YouTube was a huge risk. I saved and saved. I took my savings out, and the first 2 years were a bust, like they are in a lot of new businesses. You don't expect to make any money within the first 2 years. Now I'm just doing okay. I'm doing well enough to support my lifestyle out here and to not work for the man and to do something different. Not every job is working for a corporation. Some jobs look different, and I think in this day and age, a lot of people are working digitally or creating digital content. It's just a normal part of life nowadays. My channel is still relatively small in the scheme of things, even though I'm nearing 100,000 subscribers. The amount of ad revenue you make is based on views and clicks per video. So the more views you get, the more ad revenue you make. There are other things that I do to supplement supplement my income. And for instance, I do take in sponsorships, and I only work with brands and sponsors that I truly believe in. I couldn't feel good about it if it wasn't a product that I believed in. So when you hear me hawking a product here on the channel, it is because I truly believe in it. There are really three sources of main revenue for me, and one of them is, of course, YouTube ad revenue, the sponsorships that I do, and then the last one is through my patrons, through Patreon. These are folks that believe in what I'm doing and want to help me continue to create content. Maybe it does something for them in their lives. Maybe it brings them joy, it entertains them, and they feel that they want to contribute to help me stay out here. I am so appreciative of them and the community that I built over there, but I do also give back to them by also creating content for that platform. I make sure that I do take time to engage with my community over there. I answer any question, any comment that they have. So that does take time, and I do give back, hopefully, to show them my appreciation. Make no mistake about it, this is a job. It takes a lot of time to create these videos. I myself am a one-woman show. I am still editing all of my own videos. I've suggested getting another editor and maybe relieving myself of that duty, but there was an overwhelming response from you guys that you would not want to see someone else editing my videos. So I continue to edit them. You get to see all the fun stuff, all the adventures that I go on, but you don't see the hours and hours of time I spend sitting in here, holed up in my trailer like a hermit, staring at my computer screen, editing these videos. It not only takes time to edit the videos, but I need to market them by posting them on all my social media platforms and advertise, work with all the different sponsors and brands. There's a lot that goes on behind the scenes, a lot of work that most folks don't think about. And having said that, I wouldn't have it any other way. I am so happy to be working for myself. I couldn't imagine going back to the corporate life at this stage, now that I've been doing this for almost 5 years. It is unconventional, as I mentioned before, but it is also awesome. When I'm sitting here on my computer, I could be looking at the most incredible view. I am my own boss. I am free to either post a video or not post a video. I do try to, though, because when I don't make money. But it's very cool, and it's not always easy. It can be very hard. There's a lot of pressure since it's just me, but at this point, I wouldn't have it any other way. Hold the phone. It is time for an AG1 break. Did you know that AG1 helps with stress and mood balance? Believe it or not, my nerves still get all a jumble getting in front of the camera. I still get very nervous, very tense, even though I've been doing it for all these years. AG1 contains adaptogens and essential micronutrients to help you feel calm and relaxed. Folate helps build mood-supporting neurotransmitters, while minerals like magnesium promote relaxation in the body. I like to call it my magic green elixir because with just one scoop a day, there are so many health benefits that I feel.
AG1 is designed to replace multi-supplements by covering nutritional gaps with a comprehensive blend of nutrients. Just one tasty scoop each day helps meet your foundational health needs. In just one scoop, AG1 contains your multivitamin, multimineral, stress adaptogens, prebiotics, probiotics, antioxidants, superfoods, functional mushrooms, and digestive enzymes. Simply put, it's a way to invest in your health now and in the long run.
I highly recommend trying AG1 for yourself, and if you click that link below or scan the QR code here, they will give you a year's supply of vitamin D3, K2, and 5 travel packs for free with your first purchase. I think that's an awesome deal. Thank you once again to AG1 for sponsoring this video. Now let's get back to it. The next topic that came up, and it's related to the first topic, is do YouTubers pay taxes? I can only speak for myself, but the answer is yes. And by the way, I do prefer for myself the title of content creator over YouTuber. But yes, the answer is yes. I am an independent contractor, so I receive a 1099 for everything that I do. That includes the content that I upload to YouTube, which I receive ad revenue on. That is all 1099. That includes the contributions I receive through Patreon. I am 1099 for all of those contributions, and it also includes all of the sponsorships I do. So I do have to pay taxes on all of that. And unfortunately, they are almost due. I also get asked a lot if I have health insurance. I do indeed. I did qualify for the Affordable Health Care Act, so I do have health insurance. I receive my mail through a mail service system, which I just recently signed up for. I previously was having my mail sent to family, but there are mail services out there where they will receive your mail. You can have an actual street address. They will scan your mail and send you through an app photos of your mail, and you can decide what to tell them to do with each piece of mail, whether they should discard it, shred it, forward it. It's really cool. It's amazing that they have these sorts of things, but I think it is so much more common nowadays for people to work remotely that it is a necessary service. Okay, so now to completely switch topics and go in a different direction. I have a lot of people wanting to know about this situation. Let's talk about my friend Joey. People are asking about the nature of our relationship, and they really want to know some juicy details. I'll first off say that some things should remain private. I don't prefer to put my whole life out there. There are a lot of things that I do keep very private. However, he is currently traveling with me off and on, and he is appearing in some of my videos. So I will just say that we are just friends. I know that people want to read more into it, but there is really not much more to read into it. If you've been around the channel for a very long time, about 6 years ago, we did date. We dated for about a year, but we broke up and then just remained very good friends after that. Joey is also a very private person, and I will not be discussing the details of his life on my channel. I want to keep his life private. He does not want to become a star in my videos, so that's why you don't see a whole lot of him in the videos. But it just worked out that he had the time available to travel with me. And to be honest with you, I've been doing this now for almost 5 years. I was completely alone for about the first 4 years. It has been a wonderful and refreshing change to have a travel companion. As much as I am okay being alone, I will say that there were times over the last year or so that I wasn't having as much fun being out here alone, to be quite honest with you. One thing I certainly wasn't doing was going on as many backpacking trips, because I came to the conclusion that although I have done many trips solo backpacking, that I wasn't enjoying it as much. So I really tapered back on the backpacking trips. I was hardly going on any. And having Joey travel along with me has pushed me to get out on a lot more trips. He is a huge backpacker and goes on multiple trips a year, and I am lucky enough now that I can tag along with him on these trips. I feel much safer. I'll do routes that I would never necessarily do alone, and I love backpacking. So it's gotten me back out there again, back into the backcountry, and for that I am so grateful. He does his thing, I do my thing, and then we come together and we do joint adventures. So it's working out really well. We get along fabulously. We're very compatible in terms of personalities, and it's been really nice. That being said, I don't know how long he'll be traveling with me. I know he is making some future plans. We're just taking it one day at a time and enjoying each day as it comes and rolling down the road. It's been a blast. Believe it or not, I met Joey through YouTube. I commented on his channel, we started commenting back and forth, and there are probably a lot of you that know that he did have his own channel here on this platform. However, he has since removed it. He had his reasons for doing that, and he can now be found over on Patreon if you're looking for him under My Own Frontier. He is super talented, so if you want to check out some of his work, go on over there. Somewhat related to that topic, I've answered this many times, but it constantly comes up. So there are obviously viewers that have not heard my answer on this, but I'm constantly told that I should get a dog. First, let me clarify that I love dogs. I am a huge dog lover. If you've watched my videos for some time, you've seen my special guest Birdie, my sister's dog, in many of my videos. I love her to death. I do love dogs. However, having a dog is like having a child. It's a huge responsibility, and it would change my life dramatically. A lot of the trails that I hike do not allow dogs. It's another expense, and at this stage of my life, it's just not something that I want to take on. It's not a responsibility that I want to take on. So I'll probably wait till things settle down a little bit more before considering getting a dog. I think I probably will have one at some stage in my life, but now is not the time. There's one more topic that I wanted to clarify, and then I will answer a couple of frequently asked questions that I received from you all. Recently, I was accused of not living in my trailer full time. And to be fair, I can see why this person might have come to that conclusion. Over the year 2023, I was with family quite a lot. I was actually parked on a family member's property through the winter, and it's very sensitive because I do not want to expose the people in my life and their private business and their private dealings and all of that on this channel. Just because I put my life out there does not mean that it would be fair to discuss the details of anyone in my life on this channel. That being said, I will only say that I had some family that was dealing with some pretty serious issues in their life, and because of my flexible schedule, I was able to be there for them. And that's what family's all about. At least in my family, if someone's going through something, we are there for each other. I have 5 siblings, and we are super close, and we are always there for one another. So in 2023, I did spend a lot of time with family, so I could see how someone might suspect that something nefarious was going on there, but it really wasn't. I am happy to report that things have changed dramatically for the better. There is light at the end of the tunnel. Things are looking up. I am so happy at the unfolding developments that have occurred, and good things happen to good people. So my life is returning to the norm, which is not normal for most people, but just being on the road a whole lot more and pretty much constantly from here on out. Other than when I go back home to visit family. As I mentioned, we're very close, so I do try to make it back home every several months just to visit and see everyone and get caught up and just love on them. Whew, that was a lot. Now on to a few of your frequently asked questions before I close out this video, and we'll start with, where did I get this flannel here? A lot of people have been asking me that since they've been seeing me wear it in recent videos, and the answer is it is made by Patagonia. I bought this, I'm gonna say like 7 years ago, so it is an older flannel. I don't know whether they make this exact pattern anymore. I know that they probably still make flannels, but whether you can get this exact one any longer, I don't know. But it is Patagonia. Maybe you can search eBay. I really love it. I love the colors, so thank you so much. The next one is, I addressed that one in the last video, that blanket back there. That is made by Pendleton. I bought it from Costco several years ago, and I think now you can find them on Poshmark and eBay. I don't think that they sell them anymore in the general retail arena, so they've upped the price a little bit, but you can still find them on eBay and Poshmark, and I believe it's called White Sands. That's the model, the particular model back there. So I hope that you can find it. I love it. It's so soft and comfy, and it's relatively cheap even at the higher rate for Pendleton. And then of course the question that comes up all of the time was, where did I buy my hat? I've worn this hat for years and years. Not this particular one. This is version 2. This is point 2. But it's exactly like my first one. My first one saw so much love that it was discolored and battered, and I had to retire it, but I was able to find the other one. The first one I bought in Idlewild, California, which is a beautiful little mountain town. The PCT goes right through there at a place called Woolies, I believe it's called, and it is made by Pacific Dorfman Inc. It's like a crushable velvet hat. I was worried that I'd never find one to replace it, but I was able to find one last year out of all places, Tractor Supply. Same exact brand, same exact hat, a little fresher. And yeah, I love it. So if you want to find one, check Tractor Supply. I believe they pretty much have them nationwide, and I think you'll like it too. And lastly, I've been asked recently a lot for some reason what I think of my travel trailer now that I've been in it for a few years, as opposed to my truck camper. If you're not aware, the first 3 years that I was on the road, I was in an old Lance truck camper. It sat on top of my truck, and it just got to be way too small. It got to be too claustrophobic to live in full time. I know that there were a lot of people that were disappointed when I switched over from the truck camper to the travel trailer, and some people quit following the channel because of it. I don't understand that, honestly. It shouldn't really matter what I'm living in as long as I'm comfortable and happy. My content really didn't change at all. But so be it. Anyhow, I made a video last year, I think it was in the fall of last year, called Living in a Truck Camper versus a Travel Trailer. And I'm going to go ahead and link that below and at the end of this video as well. I really go into detail what I feel in terms of which one I like better. Each one has their pros and cons. But I would still say to this day, I'm happy that I made the decision to move into this travel trailer. It's so much roomier. I love the fact that I can just drop it and drive my truck separately from my home, because I never took the truck camper off. I was just so paranoid about putting it back on and that I'd destroy it or back into it and knock it over. I just never did it. So this is just so much easier for me. I feel so much freer. I feel so much more comfortable inside. To be honest, when you live in something full time, you want to be comfortable. There's just enough space in here. It's so cozy, so cute, and I'm still 100% happy that I made that decision to move into my travel trailer. Now, how long will I continue to do this? I still don't know the answer to that, but I will say that over 2023, spending a lot of time stationary has taught me that I am not ready to quit. I am not ready to quit the life on the road. So we'll see how much longer it lasts. I'll continue to do it as long as it makes me happy. And right now I'm still loving it. And now that I have a travel companion for the moment, it makes it even better. And yeah, I love it, guys. It's not for everyone, but it's for me. All right, I would say that it is time to wrap this one up. I hope that it didn't come off as a negative rant, because it certainly wasn't meant to be that. We will be back to the adventures in the next video. As always, I appreciate you taking the time to view this. Hopefully you found it informative in some way and I answered some of your questions. I appreciate you all so much. Thank you, and I will see you on the next adventure. See you soon, everybody. Bye-bye.